Hey there, Ultizeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokémon Crystal version. In the last episode, trying to think. Sorry, we went into Slowpoke Well. That's right. That's why there are Slowpokes here. There are Slowpokes just sitting around this town, and that's why they're there. Sorry. It's been a little bit since I rewatched this all. Because I've actually been editing all the other episodes that I can actually edit. Twins Amy and May wants to battle. Good grammar. So here we are in the Bug-type gym, because that's our main goal for this, episode, is clearing out, this new gym, and it's Bug-type, and so, yeah. Gonna be encountering lots of bugs, and we basically want to scrub the code free of all these bugs. We're gonna debug the code, or something, I don't know. Yep. I've had a really bad headaches lately, so it's been a while since I've done any commentary, post or otherwise. Ladybug! I really like Ladybug, but unfortunately they're very useless. I tried to use a Ladybug and Letty in my Soul Silver personal playthrough, and I really tried. Remember how much I used Step 5 back in Pokemon Blue? My Beedrill, and how much I just tried to keep using him, and kept pushing him forward. I even brought him back in the Elite Four, because I was just I like Beedrill, I want to have Beedrill, Beedrill's cool, Beedrill's awesome! And I kept trying to make him work, but he kept being the most useless team member. Imagine that, but infinitely worse. And that's Ledian. And I wish it wasn't the case, because I do really like Ledian. But, ouch. They're just not good. They are just not good at all. And I really wish that was not the case. Anyways, remember how in the previous episode I was talking about, I edited the first 5 episodes, but now I'm gonna be doing post-commentary for unedited episodes. Yeah, well, I decided that wasn't worth it, so I went ahead and vaguely edited around parts of episodes 6, 7, and 8, which are gonna be the ones that get post-commentary. The reason why I did that is just because, well, it's just so convenient. It's so nice to not have to just take mental breaks half the time, to know exactly what I'm commentating over, exactly what I'm going to be doing, and it works out really well. I don't have to worry. Because it's convenient. I can keep talking, I can keep my train of thought, I don't need to multitask, I don't need to, put a thought on hold. We all know how bad I can get when it's I'm trying to come up with something and, split my attention and actually play decently or something, and it's just... Sure. That's accurate, right? It's an accurate portrayal of... An accurate representation of me? I don't know, nothing interesting is going on screen right now. I even wrote so much in my notes. I say absolutely nothing interesting during the Buddy Catcher section, so talk about something else. That is my notes for this segment. It's all Al's fault. He's not weird enough or Yankovic enough. Weedle. You know, that's something I haven't actually mentioned yet. The animations for this, I don't know if they were in Gold and Silver, but they're definitely a cool little bit that makes the Pokemon feel a little special. I don't even think... Did Pokemon in the GBA games get animations? I only really remember Pokemon getting animations in Gen 4 from here on out. Gen 4, and then of course Gen 5, and then Gen 6 and onwards they're all 3D. But, yeah, I don't remember Pokemon sprites being animated in Gen 3. So it's interesting that they... You know what? I'm gonna just make sure of that. Let's go to, like, I don't know, Spriter's Resource. Still have that on my taskbar, bookmark bar thing, because of my old Sprite comic. And just having it around was useful. Most popular games, Pokemon. Well, at least for Fire Red and Leaf Green, yeah, they only got one sprite. No animations. Let's check the other one. Emerald. Oh, no, Emerald seems to have slight animations. Only 2 sprites, but an animation nonetheless. Ruby Sapphire. Okay, so it looks to be a thing exclusive to Emerald. Alright, well that would make sense then why I didn't know it, because I've never played Emerald. The only real experience I have with Hoenn is like a slight bit experience with Ruby. Like maybe about 1 gym in. And then Omega Ruby, which is a remake on 3DS and not exactly amazing. Also, goodbye, Josh. You are worthless to me. So yeah, I'm glad I looked that up, because otherwise people would have been screaming at me like, "You're an idiot! Pokemon Emerald had animations!" And I'm like, I'm sorry, I've never played it. I don't know. Anyways, Sandwich learned Sand Attack! Now she'll just have to learn Witch Attack, and then she'll be perfect! But yeah, Sand Attack is actually really awesome, because, Sand Attack is one of those moves that lowers accuracy, and it becomes a vital part of my strategies soon enough. Like, you'll see me do it, especially when we get back into my old 2018 live commentary, by episode 9. It really does become, like, my main strategy, and we see it a lot, and it's, like, it's super useful and helpful. Anyways, speaking of Beedrill, I didn't even have this in the original episode. I wasn't talking about during this originally. I just had it cut out. But I really like Beedrill, and since I'm not going to be using one, I want to have something Beedrill related in this Let's Play. So, yeah, I did cut ahead a little bit because I was like, Sokka is barely doing anything noteworthy for about 3 minutes in this entire battle. But, whatever. I'm almost dead. And I'm very surprised I chanced that attack, but I did. So now I'm gonna get all this experience from Beedrill and then die immediately after I take a single step because he's poisoned. But, oh well. Desmond grew to level 10. And dead. Sokka fainted. Whoever could have seen that coming? Alright, so I healed up in between things. Alright, Bugsy! Bugsy was surprisingly challenging, and I was not expecting it in the slightest, because no one really... In these older Pokemon games from, like, Gen 3 earlier, I'd say, like, I feel like there's a kind of a common theme of, like, the gym leaders who are infamous, or, like, have things worrisome about them, like, Brock, if you have a Charmander, or, the next gym leader in this game, Whitney, or Norman in Pokemon Ruby Sapphire. Like, I feel like there are there are gym leaders who, like, are worrisome, and people know that, and, like, word of mouth spreads. So, I never really heard anything about Bugsy. So I just wasn't really expecting anything worrisome in the slightest. And we're gonna get around to that, but for the time being, we have, Metapod, who, despite knowing Tackle and not just Harden, is not really a threat in the slightest. I can kill him with Sandwich, of all Pokemon, so, I mean, yeah. It's a battle of defenses, and my defense wins, I guess. I don't know. So, next up, his next Pokemon is Kakuna. And I decide to put out Desmond. I think I was just like, I'm just gonna try and whittle him down with Desmond. Because I was like, oh, it's probably just gonna know hard and whatnot. Oh, this is why I wrote Battle Between Defenses in my notes. Because of this. I use Leer and then you use Harden. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing this and see what I can do. So I just got ahead of myself, I guess. I don't know. My notes aren't exactly super specific. And admittedly, I'm not paying, like, 100% attention to the game. I'm mainly just focusing on keeping coherent, consistent commentary. The 3 C's. I don't know. It's nice to be able to focus on that, but it can make it so that, like, I'm not paying attention to what's going on. Especially because I know I don't need to, really. I really don't need to look at the game. And that's nice. For once in my life, I can feel lazy and get away with it. Anyways, I don't use Poison Sting because Kakuna is part poison, and so poison isn't useful on poison types. Even though a snake like Desmond would probably be venomous, but there's no venom type, so... If they would, it would be a symbiote. Alright. Oh yeah, and I also kind of messed up by not immediately starting with Rap, so that, like, the Rap was ongoing throughout the entire time I was trying to do my Leer stuff. But I did eventually notice. So, I mean, that's a step up, right? That's something to go off of. And luckily, while my poison's not good on him, his poison's also not good on me. And that's pretty much all he knows. So, really, this battle's just kind of in for the long haul. Yada yada yada. Do 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 do. Here I'm gonna use Leer again. I just want to also say that animation's awesome for Leer. It's like it's just eye lasers, and it's like zap, and then your defense is lowered. Like that's really kind of cool. Even though the animation and the positioning of Desmond's head makes it look more like it's mouth lasers. But I mean, if anything, if we learned anything from Marks from Kirby, mouth lasers can still be cool. Or, I guess you could pinpoint it to old, early, like, 2000s internet memes, but I mean, I think most people want to forget about that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, thumbs up to you. 2 thumbs up, in fact. Alright, Kakuna, thank you, you're dead. Okay, so, the problem Pokemon here, in Bugsy's team, is not Kakuna or Metapod, it is this Scyther. He's got some moves that are decent, but he's got one move, in particular, that is Death Incarnate, and I didn't even know about it. When I was initially playing, I was like, okay, well, he's got a Scyther, so let's just see what he's got. Apparently, I think I'm gonna, I'm putting out Sokka, okay. Probably because they're equal level, so it's like, it makes sense to me. Sokka's the best Pokemon I've got right now. He uses Quick Attack to start off, and that's fine. And I'm trying to go for a Rage strategy. So then he uses Fury Cutter, which I confused mentally at the time with a move called Fury Swipes, which does a minimal amount of damage, but hits multiple times around. For some reason I didn't put it together that it wasn't doing that, so I was just thinking, okay, it's Fury Swipes, it doesn't do anything, well, okay, I can just move on. Fury Cutter is not that. Fury Cutter is very, very different. Remember when I was talking about Rage initially, where I was like, oh, it's a move that grows in power every time you get hit. And then while talking about it, I was like, there's a move that works better, but it gets used on me first. This is that move. Every successive hit gives it more power. So every single time this move was hitting me, it was destroying me. And I got very confused because initially I was like, wow, that move didn't really do anything. I can keep fighting. And then I was like, wait, that move did a lot of damage. Wow, that move is actually killing me. And then by the time I realized what was going on, it was way too late. So as you will now see, this Scyther, who is very fast, higher level than all my other Pokemon, and had at least 4 or 5 Fury Cutters on Sokka earlier, he kind of decimates my entire team. So, yeah, at the moment I'm just like freaking out, being like, what the hell do I do? What is going on? I wasn't expecting this at all. So, I learned my lesson about successive hit moves. In fact, I tried to do it just now. I tried to use Flash to make it so that he could at least miss. I think at the time being, my thought process was just like, hey, maybe if I Flash him, he just won't hit me. But I do think that actually missing, in that kind of sense, will actually negate the Fury Cutter, like, strategy there. I'm not positive 100% on that, but it does say successive hits, so I don't know if you can interrupt that with, like, healing or switching out or something. Either way, I die, like I said. So, second time in, I decided that if he's gonna use a strategy with increasing strength, I should too. And luckily for me, he has 2 very easy Pokemon to start up with. Metapod and Kakuna, who don't really do much. So, Rage it is. After a little bit of what's the word? Deliberation? I mainly see the word written down, but I don't even know how to spell it. Okay, now I'm just really curious. What is the word I'm trying to think of? Deliberation. Okay, cool. That's the word I was thinking of. Cool. Apparently I can spell it because I got it perfectly, but whatever. I can't really... I can't really spell words easily off the top of my head. I can type them out just fine. I can write them down, easy peasy. But in my head, alone, without anything else, I just can't. I cannot. It's not feasible in my brain, or mind, or whatever. I don't know. Back to being able to see what's going on. I've defeated Metapod successfully. Yay. So, Kakuna, round 2. Kakuna's design also now no longer has those weird arm thingies that it did in Pokemon Red and Blue. Anyways. Do you poison me? You don't. No, you do. Okay, it was just delayed. Because my rage was building. I'm letting the rage flow through my body, and I am succeeding. But now here comes the real test. Is rage strong enough to take down Scyther? Well, he gets out a Fury Cutter, but I'm still safe from that for a few turns. And it just makes me stronger. Well, I think we all know what this means. If I survive one attack, I win. Lo and behold. Now that's what I call a salty runback. Because I literally raged through the entire battle and won. Leader Bugsy was defeated! Whoa, amazing, you're an expert on Pokémon. My research isn't complete yet, you take this badge. What? Sokka is evolving? Yeah, that's kind of what happens when you solo a team with a gym with a single Pokemon. It's Croconaw! I'm honestly not a huge fan of Croconaw. Their design to me just definitely screams like awkward middle child. Admittedly, though, I honestly don't really care for Croconaw or the third evolution of the Totodile line. I mainly just like Totodile. Anyways, we get TM49, which contains Fury Cutter, the move that we just got annihilated by. So, that's why I'll be able to be using it. But I won't be able to be using it just yet. I know exactly who I want to use it on, but I don't have the Pokemon yet. We'll be getting them later. Anyways, I was pretty certain I was all done here, so I was getting ready I was in the middle of doing my intro, getting all ready, healing up. I was like, okay, I'm just doing all this. I'm gonna be done with this episode. But as you can see from, you know, the little bar down below, if you hover your mouse over it, we're not done yet. In fact, we have something else very important. Because I'm just kind of walking over here to be like, hey, this is where I'm going next time. When, lo and behold, it's Circon! Surprise attack. He thinks we're lying about beating Team Rocket. So, luckily I healed up after that battle. Circon sent out Ghastly. I wasn't really quite sure who to use here, but I apparently stuck with just Water Gun and it was fairly effective, so... I mean, they all were just level 12. As a Ghost type, I can't use Rage anyway, because Ghosts are immune to normal type. And vice versa. I really like Johto's battle themes. Bayleaf, the evolved form of Chikorita. So, both of us have now evolved starters. That's that. We're pretty on pace, I'd say. So I was hoping for a poison here. Emphasis on hoping. Do not get it. Also, I don't think I really paid attention at the time. Poison's super effective on grass? I don't think I knew that. Enemy Bayleaf was poisoned, so now I'm just deciding that I'm gonna wait out the poison. And I decided to put out Sandwich, because I did not think that grass was super effective on ground. I only thought it was super effective on rock. I still don't quite get why grass is super effective on ground, if I'm being quite frank. Because, I mean, grass needs ground to grow, so... I don't know. I mean, maybe I guess it's like a grass covers ground. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I mean, I kind of accept it for rock, but even then it kind of doesn't quite make sense there. But for ground, I kind of just, I don't get it. But whatever. I didn't remember at the time. After that, I was unsure to who to use, but eventually I settled on Farron because I could still do my weighted out strategy with Flash. By simply just making it so that they can't hit. I'm not using Sokka either because I don't want to get him too over-leveled compared to everybody else. He's already, like, what, level 17? So yeah, I want to make sure I'm getting my other Pokemon some experience, so that's why I'm just... Also, Sokka's water and Bayleaf's grass, so Sokka wouldn't even be great anyway. But as I was saying, like, if Poison is super effective on grass, that makes the Bulbasaur line a little more interesting, I think, because that gives them their grass poison, so that gives them an immunity, because of the poison. Not an immunity, I guess, but like the poison not being effective on poison kind of negates poison being effective on grass. So that's kind of an interesting thing, I think. Reduces a bit of an immunity. No. That's actually the exact wrong thing that you would want. Although I guess it's also kind of accurate if you look at it from the perspective of if it's a poison type, with the grass element being added. But that's a glass half full, half empty thing. Although, that's another weird thing that always kind of bugged me about glass half full, half empty thing. For me, that whole idea always bothered me because it's like, I always felt it just has to do with the context. Like, are you pouring water or are you drinking water? If you're drinking water, then it's going to be half empty. If you're pouring water, then it's half full. So I guess the idea of, like, does it show you that you're a pessimist or an optimist thing only really applies completely out of context. And I don't think it's ever going to be completely out of context. Is it? I mean, I guess, but, like, there will always be that context. It's never gonna be, like, glass with water inherently already in it. I don't know. Philosophical discussions with Ultizeta over top Pokémon gameplay. Sure. Anyways, I lucked out against the confusion. So that's nice. Get out of here, Sircon. Go catch a Corsola or something. Let me end the episode in peace. I hate the weak. Pokemon trainers doesn't matter. I'm gonna be strong and wipe out the weak. They act big and tough, but get them alone and they're weak. I hate them all. You stay out of my way. You're only a distraction. I don't know why I skipped through all this text so fast. I was probably just itching to be like, I want to end the episode. Which, I'm gonna end the episode now. So, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Crystal, we're gonna be heading out into Ilex Forest and not having another rival battle. So, see you guys then!